Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the week ending 1st of November 2025. Police apprehend Kebatu, bringing a manhunt to an end. And Lammy intends to have an investigation to make amends, but many find his performance hard to defend. At the weekend, a railworker becomes a legend as he steps in to end another random knife attack that's becoming a trend. Melissa upends the Caribbean, leaving much damage to mend. Andrew has finally driven Charles round the bend. Does Trump's meeting with Xi portend them becoming friends? It depends. Prunella's life comes to an end. On Sunday, the Ethiopian guy who went missing after accidentally being released from prison, the one who had then kept on insisting he should be deported, but no one would listen, was nicked by the police near Finsbury Park and charged with the unusual crime of being unlawfully at large. It was a tip-off from the public that had him nailed after the prison service and police had failed. And while they took a lot of criticism, the government suffered a lot more dissing. David Lammy especially got it in the neck. Just his luck to have just been made the justice sec. Kebatu's early release had got Dave in hot water, and on Monday he went like a lammy to the slaughter. To the Commons, where he got it from every quarter, he explained what had happened and what oughter. But to most of the circling press reporters, their view of lamentable Lammy wasn't altered. It was human error, pleaded Dave, as he stated. An independent inquiry would investigate it. At least by Wednesday the matter was sort of sorted, as Hadush Kebatu had been deported. Another slightly tricky situation concerning the government of our nation. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, was a bit of a wazzock as she failed to apply for a licence in Southwark. A licence to let her family home. As soon as she knew, she owned up and atoned. For this gaffe about her gaff, Rach apologised. That was good enough in Keir Starmer's eyes. Labour tried to make not a great deal of it, while opponents wanted to make a meal of it. To be fair, this incident was pretty small beer compared to previous Labour mishaps this year. Lone wolves behaving like they're insane seem to plague our newsfeed again and again. Southport, Bermondsey, the list goes on and on, a growing 21st century phenomenon. And on Saturday night there was yet another case of mundane British life being rudely displaced by chaos and panic as regular folk faced a guy brandishing a knife in a public space. People on a Doncaster to London train ride, suddenly horrified, petrified, terrified. Carriages filled with piercing screams, a real-life, belated Halloween scene. Then out of the fear, some hero emerged. A rail worker towards the assailant converged. He got badly injured and many others are maimed, but so far it seems no lives have been claimed. In foreign news, President Trump toured Asia, taking in Japan, South Korea and Malaysia. With his ego massaged and trade deals dealt, that part of the trip went well. Well, that's how it felt. The main event of the tour, though, came in its final hours with the meeting of the leaders of two superpowers. Time for China to be charmed, to undo past harm after the terrifying tariff war. A time for calm. With comments on Truth Social and verbally, Trump's not averse to a bit of hyperbole, and his view of he and Z's Busan meeting indicated that it would take some beating. 12 out of 10 is maybe mathematically flawed, but that is how Trump had their tete-a-tete scored. Jamaica was hit this week by wild weather in one of the most brutal hurricanes ever. Melissa's her name, at least 100 lives claimed. In some parts of the island, little remained. Haiti and Cuba were also badly hit, along with the Dominican Republic. King Charles on Monday had a bit of a to-do to make him question what to do. He got heckled at Lichfield Cathedral by a few people who are angry about you know who. Maybe it was this moment that forced the issue and convinced Charles to end the hullabaloo. No more turning a blind eye. It was now time to draw under Andrew a clear final line. The good name of the royals could no longer be smothered with the dirty fingerprints of his unprincely brother. An unprincipled prince, always in bother, providing tabloids with endless smutty fodder. 2 weeks ago all his titles were stripped away, but he was still a prince. Now that's been ripped away, having put the firm's reputation through the mincer, and is now just plain old Mountbatten Windsor. On Tuesday evening, during peak viewing hours, BBC showed an episode of 40 Towers, the iconic British comedy being aired so that memories and acclamation could be shared, of Prunella Scales, who played Basil Fawlty's wife and who on Monday sadly checked out of this life. She'd been a name in acting, but not household, when her break came to partake in some comedy gold. Just 12 parts to the classic sitcom, all told, in which every facet of Sybil would unfold. Sarcastic, venomous, brazen and bold, with occasional sensitivity never undersold. With comical outrage she would berate and scold. With a lash of her tongue Basil's blood would run cold. Prunella's other acting roles were manyfold, but it's her portrayal of Sybil that's most extolled. She's now passed away at 93.